anyone who's viewing any of these, you know, esoteric tools as anything but a tool is missing the whole point.
Yeah.
Right? It's like nothing has power over you. Like you are the driver in this, reality. You're the one who's propelling yourself forward and you make your choices. We're, astrology and numerology are just tools for us to utilize, right? It helps you, it should empower you. That's what numerology has done for me. It's empowered me to love myself. It's helped me overcome trauma. It's helped me understand like who I am and what I'm here to do. It's helped me align to like what energy is flowing for me. But, you know, again, it's something for us to tap into or not. And that's the, people who say things like that, I just find that they haven't even had any experience with it, right? It's kind of like it's easy for them to judge, right? But if there is anyone out there, and I've never met an astrologer or a numerologist who's out there being like, this is the way and this is the truth. But if they were, then like that's a red flag because
Mhm.
again, like everyone's experience is unique. And for me, I just think, why not use every tool that we have in our toolbox? And it doesn't just include numerology and astrology, it also includes breath work, meditation, walks in nature. Like, why not do everything we can to understand ourselves, to heal ourselves, to live our best lives, and to come in like to this, magnetic flow, which is again what these tools do. And that's what people need to remember. These are tools. It's not
Mhm.
like your future is not determined, right? It's like just because you're a Taurus rising doesn't mean you want to like lie around all day and like be a queen and
Well,
but it could, but it's like again,
yeah.
everything needs to be viewed through a lens of discernment. And,
Mhm.
for people who are really judgy like that, I just find it so interesting because, for me, like there are things that don't resonate with me, but I'm not going to attack them. I'm going to be like, oh, cool. Like some people want to live their life like that. And that's what helps them. Like, I don't want to call anything out and have people come for me here.
I will. I mean, I
But
will because I've talked about this before. Like,
yeah.
I think it's very interesting. People get so triggered. I'm like, why? It's just like a thing. And if it doesn't resonate with you, just don't pay attention to it. But for me,
Yeah.
for example, I love all the different systems, personality tests. Like, I think that's all very interesting. I studied psychology. I thought I was going to be a psychologist for a long time. And like Myers-Briggs is huge, right? I studied that in depth for years, and it's the one. A lot of my friends love it, and they're like, "Oh, are you in INTJ, whatever?" I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And I'm like, I deeply
Same.
studied it for like 8 years, really,
Yeah.
and I have nothing against it. I just like it's just the least useful thing to me, and so I don't ever
Yeah.
really bring it up. And that's not from a place of like I just don't know about it. It's from a place of like it was like in my
It
education
just
for
didn't
years.
resonate.
Yeah, it just didn't resonate with me. And like
Yeah.
I don't get upset if other people bring it up. I'm like, yeah, it's just not really my thing, you know?
Mm,
So I'll use that comparison.
You know what I found though is like a lot of the times when people do get really upset about these things, it's because part of them is interested and wants to know more and believes, but like they're judging themselves for it. So they
Yeah.
won't allow themselves to even like have that experience.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I think people are also like, well, I know because I've explored this with some people. Like people are also afraid of what they're gonna find. And I'm like, you're not gonna
Mm.
find anything bad. Like
But the thing is, like, we have free will. And the thing,
yeah,
like, for
yeah.
me, it's like, I would rather, like if you look at Lilith in astrology, that's your like shadow side. That's your, the dark moon. That's like, a place to know where your shadow's hiding and your darkness. And it's like, I would rather explore that and be like, oh, cool. So that's my dark side and like dive deep and understand and then try and integrate that. And if it didn't resonate, which my Lilith does resonate with me, but if it didn't resonate, then I would just say, oh, that doesn't resonate. Not for me.
Yeah.
But it's like such an incredible tool just to understand ourselves. And I always say that, like, even if numerology and astrology were absolute bullshit and weren't real, obviously I don't believe that. But if
Hmm.
that were the case, it's brought so much to my life in understanding myself and asking better questions of myself and of others and of just healing. It's a way to analyze. Like, I think a lot of astrologers I've met a lot that do actually come from a background of, being therapists or psychiatrists and studying that. It's because you want to understand the human mind. And this is just like a spiritual lens to do that through. But it is
Yeah.
actually also very scientific and mathematical, in my opinion, as well.